A new beginning. It doesn't count if you're already anticipating the worst, Lucas says to me, clearly channeling one of his favorite motivational speakers. I groan in response. I know. But this is going to end in disaster. He can't stand me. Then why are we parked outside his apartment? Lucas retorts, throwing his hands up in exasperation. I sigh heavily. I'm in the passenger seat of Lucas's old sedan, at the location of my ex-boyfriend's house. Lucas, my steadfast companion, has unruly brown hair and wears those trendy round glasses. I sigh again. I needed to see him. I'm over him. You tracked him down to see where he lives. You're definitely not over him, Lucas shoots back. I frown, crossing my arms. Fine, maybe I'm not. But I owe him an apology. How do you know he'll even want to talk to you? Lucas takes a sip of his iced coffee, his eyebrow raised. I shrug my shoulders. I'm hoping he's still the same guy he was in college. If he is, I know he'll listen. Well, good luck, Lucas replies, tapping at his phone while I step out of the car. I approach the apartment doors, barely touching the handle before it swings open. Oh, sorry, I say, sidestepping to let a familiar dark-haired guy exit. He gives me a tight-lipped smile. No problem, he replies before continuing on his way. I step into the building and head to the elevator, greeted by a cheery tune that's not suitable for my nervous state. The song playing is often associated with love and loss, making my heart race even more. Finally, I reach his floor and walk hesitantly down the corridor. Just as I'm about to knock on his door, panic sets in and I realize I have no idea what to say. Darling Lucas, I pace back and forth. Did you go for it? He asks, his voice filled with enthusiasm. No, I admit, already feeling the heat of shame creeping up my neck. Why not? I don't know how to start, I admit, my confidence fluttering like a moth in a flame. Just say hello, explain yourself, and hope for the best, he encourages. Thanks, Lucas. I can almost hear him smiling through the phone. Now go get your guy. Okay, talk later, I say before ending the call. Clearing my throat, I approach the door once more and knock firmly. I wipe my sweaty palms on my jeans, desperately hoping he'll remember me. He opens the door and my breath catches. Caleb still has his tousled hair, and though he looks like he's been through the ringer lately, his kind brown eyes still shine. J. Jasper? Is that really you? He stutters, disbelief straightening his posture. Yes, Caleb, it's me, I reply softly, reverting to the endearing nickname I had for him back in school. I reach into my bag and pull out a box of his favorite cookies, something sweet that might smooth over the edge of our last conversation. He hesitates for a moment, glancing down at his phone before his expression softens. I didn't think I'd ever hear from you again, he says, stepping aside so I can enter. I walk in and we're soon engrossed in heartfelt conversation. I find out that he's still working at a local bookstore, a job he loved. When he asks about why I had to leave, my heart sinks. My family found out I was gay, I tell him quietly. They were ashamed and decided to move away. I wanted to tell you, but I just couldn't bear to see you hurt. I'm so sorry, Caleb. I never forgot about you. Caleb's expression softens. I didn't forget about you either, he says, taking my hand firmly. I'm really glad you decided to come back. I smile, warmth flooding through me at his words. I'm glad too. Do you think? He pauses to gather his thoughts. Do you think we could give this another shot? The answer springs readily to my lips. Yes. A huge smile breaks over his face, and I can't help but pull him into a hug, laughter bubbling up in relief. I can hardly believe we're here again, and it feels wonderful. Caleb? I ask as I pull back. Why did you look so upset before I arrived? He bites his lip. You remember Ryan? My best friend? Of course, the one who tried to set you up with that girl last summer? He nods, and I can see the conflict brewing in his eyes. He wanted to propose to someone. I planned to confess my feelings to him today, but then you showed up. Oh, Caleb, I murmur, a wave of compassion washing over me. If he doesn't return your feelings, he doesn't deserve you. Where? That's exactly what my mum used to say, he replies, a small smile returning. I learned it from her, I say sheepishly, realizing how true that is. Suddenly, the door swings open, and Ryan walks in. Caleb, you'll never believe what just happened, he exclaims excitedly. Caleb's face crumbles for a moment as he locks eyes with me. I notice the tension and the unspoken words between us. Oh, why is he here? Ryan asks, glancing between us with uncertainty. Ryan, I can choose who I have over, Caleb replies, his voice firm. But him? After everything? You're just going to forget that he hurt you? Ryan says, a bitter edge creeping into his tone. I start to pull my hand back, embarrassment creeping in, but Caleb doesn't let go. Ryan, I still love him, Caleb states, his gaze unwavering. My heart races. He still loves me? Why would you love him? Ryan challenges. Why does that bother you? Caleb replies, not backing down. Because I don't want to be your support system when you go back to the same pain. Ryan snaps back. Caleb's lip trembles. But you did. Ryan, just leave. What? Ryan exclaims, stunned. Just go, Caleb repeats firmly. When Ryan finally storms out, I look at Caleb, who appears both pained and relieved. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, I say softly. He takes a deep breath, leaning against me. No, thank you for being here. I've got your back, I whisper, squeezing his hand affectionately. 2 years later. Caleb Griffiths, do you take Jasper Lewis to be your lawfully wedded husband? He beams at me. I do. Jasper Lewis, do you take Caleb Griffiths to be your lawfully wedded husband? I do. You may now kiss your husband. As the officiant declares us married, a wave of joy washes over me. I lean in to kiss Caleb, his warm smile drawing me closer. The audience erupts into applause, love and happiness echoing around us. I can hardly believe this moment is finally here. As we pull away, our eyes lock, and in that instant, it feels like time stands still. Caleb's brown eyes sparkle with joy, and I can't help but think back to all the struggles that led us here. From that awkward reunion, to the painful times when we were apart, to the triumph we've just shared, it's been a roller coaster ride, but worth every twist and turn. The reception is a vibrant celebration filled with laughter, food, and the clinking of glasses. Tables are adorned with flowers, and colorful lights twinkle across the venue, creating an enchanting atmosphere. Our friends and family surround us, each person more excited than the last. Hey, you too! Lucas calls out, waving us over. He has an infectious grin on his face and is flanked by a couple of our closest friends. Time for the first dance. Caleb and I share a brief look before I nod and lead him to the dance floor. The music softens, and as the first notes of our chosen song play, I pull Caleb into a gentle embrace. The lyrics are a beautiful reminder of our journey, a love song that tells our story of overcoming obstacles and finding each other again. We sway to the rhythm, lost in our own little world, as the crowd melts away. I can't believe we actually made it here, Caleb whispers, his forehead resting against mine. I smile, feeling the warmth radiate from our connection. Neither can I. I thought we'd never get this chance again. Sometimes, it just takes a little time, he says softly, glancing around as friends join us on the dance floor, creating a circle around us. As more of our friends join the dance, Lucas slips away to grab his camera. I need to capture this, he shouts cheerfully. He moves around, taking candid shots of us dancing and laughing, preserving the day's magic. After a while, the song fades into another upbeat tune. Our friends cheer as Caleb and I transition to a more lively dance, our joy infectious. We jump and spin, embracing the moment in a flurry of laughter and smiles. Eventually, we take a break to grab some drinks. As we stand together, taking it all in, I look over at Caleb, his cheeks flushed with happiness. Remember when we were terrified of facing each other? I ask with a teasing smile. Caleb laughs, running a hand through his tousled hair. Yeah, I almost turned around and fled right back to my car. He leans in and whispers, but thank goodness for you and Lucas. You guys pushed me to be brave. I nod, still amazed at how things unfolded. It was terrifying, but worth every moment. I'm so proud of us. As the night goes on, we find ourselves moving from one group of friends to another, enjoying the festivities. Laughter fills the air, punctuated by heartfelt toasts and memories shared. Let's cut the cake. Caleb exclaims as we're called to the front, our friends cheering us on. We slice into the three-tiered creation, a beautiful blend of chocolate and vanilla. As we feed each other the first bites, our laughter harmonizes with the clapping from our guests. Afterward, we sneak away to a cozy corner, taking a moment to breathe and soak in the love surrounding us. Look at how happy everyone is, Caleb says, gazing out at our friends. It's like a fairy tale. I nod, grateful for the support and love from everyone. And it's only the beginning for us. Caleb grins, a light in his eyes. What's next for us, though? With a thoughtful pause, I reply, well, we could travel. There's so much of the world I want us to see together. How about Italy? His face lights up with excitement. Italy sounds like a dream. I've always wanted to visit the Amalfi Coast. I chuckle. Book us a trip, and I'll do all the planning. But we have a lot of time to figure it out. This is just our first year of being married. Caleb leans back, his gaze thoughtful. I can't believe I have a husband now. I still feel like all of this is a dream. It's real, I assure him, wrapping my arms around him. It's the start of our adventure, and I couldn't ask for anyone better to share it with. As we sit there, reveling in our love and the exciting future ahead, the spark in his eyes makes my heart race. I realize that the journey we've taken to get here set the foundation for something truly beautiful, and I can't wait for all the chapters we'll write together in the years to come. Finally, as the night begins to wind down, we return to the dance floor, embracing the joy of our wedding celebration. Wrapped in each other's arms, we dance the night away, already dreaming of the many adventures that lie ahead, our hearts forever intertwined. As the night progresses, the atmosphere is filled with warmth and happiness that surrounds us like a cozy blanket. Friends gather, sharing their stories and laughter, while the floor continues to pulse with energy. The sound of clinking glasses and cheerful chatter creates a comforting symphony, one that makes memories tangible in the room. Caleb takes my hand, leading me back to the dance floor as the DJ transitions to a slow song. He pulls me close, our bodies swaying gently as he gazes into my eyes. You know, I've dreamt of this day since we found each other again, he admits, his voice barely louder than a whisper. Me too, I reply, feeling the sincerity in his words. Who would have thought we'd end up here after everything? Caleb chuckles softly. Honestly, I didn't think we'd get this chance again. But here we are, and it feels incredible. Just as the song reaches its peak, I spot Lucas at the edge of the dance floor, waving us over. Hey, future husband and husband. You two are the stars tonight. Come over for a group picture. I exchange a quick glance with Caleb, and we both smile before making our way over. As we gather with our friends, the air is filled with excitement and camaraderie. Everyone is buzzing, eager to capture the moment. Lucas counts down, and we all pile in, striking goofy poses and heartfelt smiles. With every flash of the camera, I can see the joy in Caleb's eyes mirror my own. It's a beautiful feeling to be surrounded by those who have supported us through thick and thin. The love in the room is tangible, and it warms me from the inside out. The next few hours are a whirlwind of dancing, eating cake, and sharing stories. Caleb and I occasionally steal kisses in between the laughter and festivities. Every moment feels like we're writing our own fairy tale. As the evening winds down, our guests begin to linger, reluctant to leave this magical celebration. Caleb and I find ourselves in the center of an emotional circle as our friends express their love and admiration. I just want to say how happy I am for you two, Lucas says, raising his glass for another toast. Your story is one for the ages, the perseverance, the growth. It's a beautiful reminder that love can conquer all. In response, I squeeze Caleb's hand and take a deep breath. And none of this would have been possible without all of you, I say, my voice sincere. Thank you for being there for us, even when things got tough. Here's to love, to friendship, and to new beginnings. Lucas declares as everyone joins in a cheers. The glasses clink together, a melodic sound that resonates with our hearts. We take a moment to look around at the smiles, the laughter, the twinkling fairy lights. It's a picture-perfect moment that I want to ingrain in my memory forever. Afterward, we slip away from the crowd, finding refuge on the balcony just off the reception area. The cool breeze wraps around us, bringing a calming sensation after the day's whirlwind of emotions. I can't believe we did it, Caleb says, leaning on the railing and staring out at the twinkling lights of the city below. We actually got married. I join him, savoring the significance of it all. It feels surreal, I admit. But it also feels right. Like this is how it was always meant to be. Caleb glances at me, his eyes full of love. I know we have a lot to figure out, especially with life after the wedding, but I feel so optimistic about everything now. Me too. Whatever challenges come, we'll face them together, I reply, nudging his shoulder playfully. He laughs softly, his joy evident. And I wouldn't have it any other way. As the night deepens, the sounds of festivities gradually fade, leaving us in a serene bubble. With the stars twinkling above us, Caleb and I steal a few quiet moments to cherish our new reality. Do you want to go somewhere? I ask, breaking the comforting silence. Maybe we could drive along the coast and watch the sunrise? His grin widens, revealing a playful side I adore. You mean right now? Are we allowed to? It's our wedding night. The thrill of adventure sparks in my chest. They won't miss us for a little while. Come on, it'll be the perfect way to start our new life together. Caleb nods, excitement dancing in his eyes. Okay, let's do it. We hurry back inside to inform Lucas and our friends of our spontaneous plan. They all cheer and encourage us, helping us grab a quick feed-well snack for the road. With anticipation buzzing in the air, Caleb and I make our way to the car, the crisp night enveloping us as we climb in. As I start the engine, I can't help but glance over at my husband, his eyes shining with joy. "Ready?" I ask, feeling the thrill of freedom wash over us. "Always," he responds, settling in comfortably as we drive towards the coast. The moonlight reflects on the waves, guiding our path as we escape the city lights. The soothing sound of the ocean fills the air, enhancing the magic of the moment. With each mile, the excitement builds, and I can sense the possibilities that await us. When we finally arrive at the beach, we step out of the car, the fresh salty air brushing against our skin. The moon casts a silvery glow upon the water, creating a dreamlike atmosphere. Caleb takes my hand, and we walk towards the shore, our hearts beating in rhythm with the gentle waves lapping at our feet. It's a peaceful scene, and I feel utterly content as we share this intimate moment of solitude. "Look at the stars," Caleb whispers, pointing upward. "It's beautiful." "It is." "Just like you," I reply, my voice soft. He smiles, a blush creeping onto his cheeks. "You really know how to flatter a guy." "That's only because I mean it," I say, squeezing his hand tightly. "I'm so lucky to have you." As we continue to stroll along the beach, our laughter mingles with the sound of waves crashing against the shore. We talk about our dreams, our hopes, and the future we crave together. Every shared aspiration feels like building a bridge leading us closer. Eventually, we find a spot to sit, the damp sand molding comfortably beneath us. With night wrapping the world around us, I pull Caleb close and let the ocean serenade us. I can't help but wonder where we'll be 5, 10 years from now, Caleb muses, gazing out at the horizon where the ocean meets the sky. Maybe we'll have our own place, a little garden full of memories, I suggest. "And dogs," he adds excitedly. 2, maybe even 3. A scruffy mutt and a clever border collie, perhaps. I laugh, nodding enthusiastically. "And definitely a cat." I can just see the chaos now. He leans against my shoulder, contentment radiating from every inch of him. "Whatever comes our way, I know we'll figure it out together, right?" "Absolutely," I whisper, wrapping my arm around him. "As long as it's us facing the world, we can take on anything." The waves crash gently, the stars twinkle above, and in that ethereal moment, with my husband by my side, I know we're ready to embrace the journey ahead, ready to create the life we dreamed of. The beginnings of our next chapter are just unfolding, and I can't wait to write it together.